So protests are breaking out again in parts of Tehran, but this time it feels different. This isn't just about politics, it's about survival. You've got shopkeepers and traders, the lifeblood of the city, out on the streets. And the reason for their anger boils down to a currency that's in absolute freefall. So what's really going on here? Let's get into. To really understand this whole situation, we're going to break it down into 5 parts. First, we'll look at what's happening on the streets right now. Then, we'll dive into the economic time bomb that just went off. After that, we'll see the human cost, what this actually means for everyday people. We'll also trace the long road that led to this moment, and finally, ask that crucial question: what happens next? All right, so let's start with the immediate picture. Protests kicking off right in the heart of the capital. Now, the people you see out there, they're the backbone of the local economy. We're talking shopkeepers, traders, and their frustration, it is just raw. This isn't about some abstract political idea for them. This is about being able to keep their businesses afloat and put food on the table for their families. It's that fundamental. And that brings us to the economic engine driving all this anger. It really all comes down to one thing: the complete collapse of Iran's national currency. The currency at the center of this storm is the Iranian rial. Now, it's been under pressure for years. That's not new. But what's happening right now? Wow. It is on a whole other level. It's just fallen off a cliff. And here it is. Here's the number that tells the whole story. To get just one single US dollar, you now need an unbelievable 1.42 million rial. I mean, think about that. This isn't just a bad exchange rate, this is a historic, record-breaking low, and it sent shockwaves through the entire country. So a number like 1.42 million, I mean, what does that actually feel like for the average person? Let's talk about the real, day-to-day human cost of a crisis like this. You can just imagine the domino effect, right? Your entire life savings just wiped out, losing value by the hour. You go to the store to buy milk and the price is literally different than it was yesterday. If you're a business owner, how can you possibly plan anything? It's chaos. And of course, families are having to cut back on even the most basic things. And this chart just puts some brutal numbers on that pain. Overall inflation is already staggering, over 42%. But look closer. Food prices, they've exploded by 72%. And the cost of just staying healthy is up 50%. We're not talking about luxuries here. These are the absolute essentials of life, and they're quickly becoming unaffordable for so many. This quote just perfectly sums up the paralysis that's setting in. I mean, think about it. If your suppliers can't even tell you how much something will cost tomorrow, and your customers can't afford to buy anything anyway, the whole system just grinds to a halt. That's the reality these shopkeepers are facing. But you know, a crisis of this magnitude doesn't just pop up out of nowhere. This is the result of immense pressure that's been building and building for years, like a pressure cooker. This timeline really helps connect the dots. For years, you've had these heavy international sanctions squeezing the economy, cutting off trade. Then, just a couple of years ago, in 2022 and 2023, you had those huge nationwide protests that revealed these deep cracks in society that never really healed. All that pressure, the economic pressure, the social pressure, it's just been compounding. And now, in 2025, the whole thing is boiling over, and we're seeing it in this currency collapse. So, with the streets simmering and the economy in freefall, what's the government saying? And what's the big unanswered question that's hanging over everything? Well, the official response has definitely been one of acknowledgement. You've got President Masoud Pezeshkian coming out and publicly recognizing the anger, promising to address what he's calling the legitimate demands of the people. And it's not just him. You have leaders in parliament saying pretty much the same thing, promising action and saying these concerns need to be handled with full responsibility and dialogue. So the message they're trying to send is, we hear you and we're taking this seriously. But for the people on the street, you have to wonder if promises are going to be enough. And it all comes down to this one final, incredibly powerful question. With your savings vanishing and the cost of everything you need to survive skyrocketing, how long can daily life actually go on under this kind of intense, relentless strain? That is the question at the absolute heart of these protests.